Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game. Some sort of fever dream between two of the best players in Warno. They're near the top, they're like top 50. So you've got Axis, who's currently called UK Hippie, and is pretending to be the other guy who calls himself UK Hippie and goes around heli rushing. But then if you were going to do that, why would you call it? Because now they know you're going to heli rush. Well, whatever. And his opponent's 60 IQ but 23 centimeters. One of the best players. But both these guys are like in the top 50 basically. They're both in the tournaments, and I'll show you the decks. But honestly, you won't want to look at them. Right, so this is the deck review for Axis, and he's playing 101st Airborne. I'll link this one in the description. I go through it for like 10 minutes or so. I don't want to spend too much time on it, given that we've already covered it. But yeah, I think there's some problems with this, to be honest. So we'll go through it tab by tab. Sorry, I am quite ill, but you know the wheel turns, as they say. So two cards of supply, I think, is fine. Because you don't have that much artillery, but like not bringing any arty is a really bad idea. He's called himself Hippie Idiot, and I think he's heli rushing people, so maybe this is just a heli rush deck. But if you wanted to build it properly, for starters, like you need at least one infantry in Blackhawks, because Blackhawks are super useful, even if you are heli rushing people. So that's why you bring the aero rifles. And, you know, that is why you would bring that. So I'm not sure why that's not in there. And, yeah, like, what? Why do you need 10 aero pivads? You need some stingers. And you want that in the 50-car transport so you can shoot people. And then, yeah, I mean, it is. I assume it's a heavy heli rush deck. But if it is, I mean, the heavy hog's better than the regular hog. So, you'd want that. And, like, I just don't really think heli rushing's a good idea, frankly, but maybe it's not actually him, but he was calling himself Hippie Idiot. And that's... Oh, he was calling himself UK Hippie. I think he still is. We could probably find him down here. What? His rank was a lot higher, and he's on my friends list, so it should come up in... Oh no, he's changed it back, but I don't know. This might just be the Hippie Idiot guy's deck, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's Axis's. And yeah, like you want a card in Blackhawks because the Chinooks, right? This should be at 2-vet anyway. The Chinooks don't shoot people, whereas the Blackhawks do. So yeah, I mean it's like where's the arty? I wish I could show you my deck, but it got deleted. It's very hard to fit everything in this game. Like, where's the toe? You need this. You need this, right? You need it more than you actually need 3 more meeps, so you could do that. And, yeah, like, no RT at all. What happens if you run into an ATGM? What are you going to do? Just die? I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, yeah, like, if it's a heli rush deck, then he's heli rushing and nothing can be done, right? But if he's not, like, you want that 3 AP so you can get 1 bomber, right? In case there's a breakthrough, right? What are you going to do? I suppose you can send a helicopter. And then you want the next 3 AP so you can get, you can either get 2 of these at 2-vet and put a CV next to them for 3-vet, and that's really cracked. Or you can go with the slammer, but at that point you need a 3rd card of supply. And so do you see, like, actually bringing loads of helis on this div is not a good idea because of how expensive they are. So then you would remove the next helis, and then you would get 2 more infantry, at which point you would be bringing the, you know, the MMGs and the engineers. Like, what happens if you're at close range? How are you going to win? You don't have any satchels. I suppose these guys have flash, but, like, or you could bring, you know, you could bring another CV instead of the satchels, because to be honest, it's not an amazing squad, but you could bring another CV, right? And then you've got, you know, 6 CVs, and then you can bring your 3rd card of supply, and then you can use the slammer and the arty, right? So, I mean, obviously you can do what you want, but if the job is to just heli rush, then frankly you've picked the wrong division to do it against, because this div's really good against Heli Rush. 60 IQ but 23 centimeters, a top player as well. He's in the tournaments. I think he's in the upper bracket. He's been winning. Like, what the fuck? Right, so I have a guide on Corpus. I'm really ill, so I don't know how much of this is you are being very silly, and how much of it is I'm just ill, and so I'm not thinking clearly. But like this reloads in 60 seconds. Okay, it costs 5 points more. It's the same availability. It has 2 more HP. It has 20% more ECM. Okay, it reloads in whatever 1/10 the time, and it's really good against helicopters. So why are you bringing this? He should know better. He's a good player. And then yeah, you can bring MiG-21 BIS AA if you want, as opposed to another card of MiG-29s. I've seen that work. I don't do it personally, but I've seen it work. And then like no seed plane, because you want to bring one more helicopter. Like, don't you want a seed plane for all your planes, so your planes don't die? Just an idea. And then like what? Why would you ever bring these? Is this a troll game? What? These are supposed to be good players. What? Do you not want the coffin launchers? Do you not want to kill you? Do you want to lose? I mean, you can lose. Losing's fun. And then like 12 PT-76s instead of what? 9 ASUs, which cost 10 points more, have 6 more pen. Like, you're trolling me. You're trolling me. You've got to be trolling me, right? You'd rather bring something for 10 points less, which has 6 less AP, it's heat, 4 less armor, 2 less... You're trolling me. Why should I put up with this? And then the whole point of this div is this. Why haven't you brought that? Oh my god. You're trolling me. I refuse to be trolled. I refuse. Let's cast the game. Alright, so now that you've been subjected to that, this is just completely nonsensical. I don't understand it. How can I comment on something I don't understand? I mean, okay, so he's heli Russian, but if you're going to do that, why would you name yourself after... Because there's a heli Rusher who calls himself UK Hippie, or Hippie Idiot, and he goes around flaming everybody, and then it comes back to me. I mean, it's just the way it is. So Axis is pretending to be him. But if you call yourself UK Hippie, people are going to know that you're going to heli rush. Because they'll have encountered the other UK Hippie, which also isn't me, who is going around heli rushing people. So it doesn't make sense. His opponent, for whatever reason, has decided that he wants to throw, and instead of bringing actually good tanks, has just brought 20. It's like 30 PT-76s. So looking at the deployments, we've got yeah, and he's got like 6 of these AA helos, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, we've got. I mean, where do I start? Let's not. Let's just not bother. Let's just watch the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. Get their names on the screen, get the videos early. Some of them pretend to be me and then heli rush, but they're actually pretending to be another guy who pretends to be me and heli rushes. They get their names on the screen. I can't tell what's happening here. If this game is just really, really, really stupid, or if me being ill has just addled my brain. And but we'll make do. So what's the analysis here? This isn't a good idea. This division is one of the best divisions in the game at dealing with a heli rush, because it gets a bunch of AA guns, which I don't think he's brought, because he wants to bring more PT-76s. So basically Axis has a chance. But the point is that like, he gets a bunch of really good anti-helo AA. So did you see, he doesn't want to fly too near the planes because they have... Sorry, the helos because they have AA, but I mean, he sort of got caught out there, so the Eagle should take him out. So what's he buying? He's buying anti-air helos. Why? Why not just buy some of that incredible ground-based AA you have? The Spags, the ZU-23s in Polish service. And it's like Igloos that come in Spag cars and stuff like that. Like, it's forward deployed AA, or Strelas that come in Spag cars. So Like, these are top players. So, I don't know what to say. Uh, so, I mean, he's not actually bought any CVs, right? He opened with only helicopters. And so the AA healers are actually killing him now because he left his own AA healers too far back. But these have all missed now. And so now he can kill him. So, wow, incredible gameplay. He just tanked everything with his face. And I oh god. So the Strela 2M, this is exactly what I was. This is what you should be buying, right? It's a Strela, and it comes in a truck that has, not only does it have Spag on it, it's got Resolute and 2 armor, so the helos won't suppress it as fast, and it's got its own Strelas. And so, like, why didn't he open with any air AA? What is wrong with it? And then when he's like, oh, there's a bunch of helos that have anti-air on them. I know, I'll buy my own anti-air helos. Why? Why? Like, why not buy these? Which he has now realised his mistake. And like the PT-76s, why does he bring those? You could get the BRDM2s, which are crazy. Like, he doesn't even bring the coffin launchers or the T-55s or the ASUs because he only brings PT-76s. So don't know if this was like a tournament game or what, but what am I supposed to say there? Don't drive into the enemy and die. He's one of the best players in the game. He should know better. There's very little analysis I can offer here. Have you tried not repeatedly smacking your head against the wall? It just makes no sense to me, right? I get the same number of votes as this guy. Do you know what I mean? So here we go. Now this should all just explode. So as you can see, it's highly effective. And that's the end of the heli rush. Admittedly, he should have one over here, right? They shouldn't all be blown up. Because now he's gonna... Whoa, he's going over there. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm underwater because my ears are blocked. Yeah, truly inspirational gameplay. I suppose it's obviously the entertainment value is very high. But I'm one of these people who's like, you are being inefficient. That's just who I am as a person. I don't know, I guess he fell for it. When he saw UK Hippie, he probably thought it was actually me. But the thing is, I never call myself UK Hippie anymore, unless there's a tournament game and I have to. I just... because I don't want people to know it's me. So, paradoxically, if you see somebody called UK Hippie, I'm the last person it's going to be, basically. So, yeah, like, he unloaded these and he didn't load any of them back up. He's not sending any of these over here. But yeah, the MiG-21 Bissays are also... Did he just kill his own unit? It looked like that missile missed and hit his own unit. We'll have to check at the end. We'll have to check at the end. So, like, the entertainment value is very high. You must be enjoying this. Do let me know, because, like, with the so the tier 4 channel members can send me games to cast, and there's like the whole range. Some of them are very high level, high micro games. Some of them are really low level, like, my mommy just bought me the computer games. And then there's like everything in between, right? So Eagle should take out the MiG-21 Bis AA. And so I was thinking of getting rid of them. But then I did a poll. I said, like, do you enjoy these? And 90% of people said either yes or they don't care. So it was like 9 or 10% of people said to get rid of them. So if 9/10 of your audience either want it to continue or don't care enough to not want it to continue, and it was like over 2/3 said they wanted it to continue, and then there was a small percentage, about 20%, that said they wanted it to they didn't care. So I'll link that poll and do let me know, right? Like, this CV is probably going to die. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see it. I can see it. Apparently, this is me. So, so he's bought another CV, but to be honest, he's monking out. Oh, I see. He's tried to put it in a helo so it can get there faster, but this is in the forest, so It's going to take some time because it can't land on the forest. Eagle loses to MiG-21 bis AA. The less we say about that, the better. Maybe it was facing the wrong way. I don't think it was, frankly. And so, yeah, Axis kind of screwed now because the way his deck is built is literally just, I hope this heli rush works. And so, yeah, he's missing a lot of things. But he does have 10 aero pivots for some reason. But no stingers. Like, even like a chaparral could work, so... And so he only knows how to buy more helicopters and fly them into the anti-air. I mean, truly... The Hilo blob build has deprived him of his imagination. Like, you just need to stop doing this at this point. It's not going to work. The other ones all died. What killed them hasn't been killed. So, if you just buy more Hilos, well, you know what's going to happen, right? The same things that killed the last one's going to kill the next ones. Anyway, the point I wanted to make, right? The Strela 2s in Polish service, when they get strapped onto a Hilo, suddenly gain Stinger stats. But they keep the 4 HE, which is something. So it's like, this is a Strela 2 ground. And then when it goes in the air, it suddenly becomes hyper accurate and gains more range. Now, you could theoretically theorize, theoretically speaking, that if it's already in the air, right, then it doesn't have to burn, because fighting against gravity is your main opponent, right? You're on the ground, you got to shoot something in the air, you're fighting against gravity the whole way. Gravity's strong, right? 9.81 meters per second per second. And so, if it's already in the air, then yes, it would go further, because it, you know, it doesn't have to go up, right? So, yeah. I mean, obviously, you're always fighting against gravity. You get my point, right? There is an equation, it's kinetic energy versus potential energy, and you can work out the amount of force required to gain height. And if I wasn't ill, I'd know it, but, I mean, that's like basic stuff. It's like GCSE physics. I should remember that, even though it was 13 years ago. So, I mean, Red can really win this quite easily. All he has to do is stop monging out, come take this back. That stops the tick. But the way he's built his deck is 24 PT-76s. No coffin launchers, which should be super, super, super useful. If you don't know what those are, they're like... It's strapped to the back of a T-55. It's a mine clearance tool. And so it fires a big rope of plastic explosives. And then it just blows everything up in a big line. And there aren't any mines in this game, so you just use them against people. And they do that in real life as well. Like if you come up to a bunker and the troops have that, they're like, well... because it's an absolutely colossal explosion. And it's meant to clear mines, right? So it's kind of anti-structure in a way. So that would easily kill... So these very expensive squads would just be dying one a minute, dead, dead, dead. And... like, Axis doesn't have any cheap squads, because he didn't bring the 30 cals, the MMGs, and so he would win, right? The other thing he gets is the ASU for 10 points more than this, which is better in every way, and so I don't understand why he's bringing this instead of the one which is better in every way. It has 4 more armor. He saw it, he saw it. Oh, he's changed his mind, okay. It's got 4 more armor, 6 more penetration, more accuracy, I think, better stealth, better side armor, 6 more penetration, and it's kinetic. And the rate of fire is about the same. It's like 12 versus 13 or something. And so, yes, it's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. So... yeah. Oh, okay, so he sent the helos, right? And then Axis, like, hello, these killed your previous helos. I'm gonna buy some more helos. He's just running into him. He's just throwing. He's doing it again. This can't be real. Maybe it's not Axis, and he somehow got the other fake Hippie's account. We have to wait till the end to see, right? I mean, like, why are you doing that? What do you expect me to say? And he didn't even bring the Humvee Toe 2s. He didn't bring those because he wanted 8 meeps, which he can't defend from the air because he didn't bring the Stingers. So as soon as he buys one, Red's just going to blow it up, which is why he hasn't bought it. So yes, truly inspirational gameplay, but Red is throwing as well. His deck is also... It could be a lot better, frankly. Somebody was trying to sell me on the Topaz 2A. I did lose recently to... Oh, it was a draw, actually, but... It was a moral loss to Corpus. And they had a card of Topaz 2A. And they didn't bring the coffin launchers, and if they had, they would have just killed me, so... So, yes, as you can see, ground Strella's are very low accuracy. Right, 40% without the vet. Air Strella's 65% accuracy, so... But the thing is, if they made it the same as the ground Strellas, it would just become a useless piece of rubbish and nobody would bring them. So it's a good thing that they're like that. But there's like, so if you look at the East German and some of the Soviet helos, they bring R-30 side missiles, and those used to be good, and then they realized they were different to the plane stats, because it's the same missile. It's similar to the R-60, but worse. It's got way lower accuracy. And so, yeah, those planes are just useless. Those anti-helo helos are just useless. Like, they're worse than useless. They're just terrible. You don't bring them except if you want the dumbfire rockets on the ground stuff, and usually there's a better option. Because they're 2 per card, whereas the other ones are... some of the other ones are 1 per card if they've got Kokons, but if they've got Phalangers, they're also 2 per card. So if you look at 4th March, then you'll get what I mean. I hope this cold kills me. I don't know how many more games like this I can take. So yeah, he's bought the Meep, but he doesn't have any Stingers or anything, or Chaparrals, and so he can't defend the Meep from the air because the Aero Pivads doesn't have... You know, it defends you against a Helo, I suppose, but even then I believe the Helo actually outranges you, and you can't move this very fast. It goes at 9 kilometers an hour, because it's towed. That's how I feel. Yes, exactly. Look, there it is, bathed in darkness. But yeah, I mean, winning for Red should be absolutely trivial, but he's really made it harder for himself than he has to because of his deck. And so all he can do is buy 30 PT-76s, because he's got the recon ones. I can't remember what the availability is on those. I think it's 6, but it might be lower. And then he's got 24 of the ground ones, but... I've played against this guy in Corpus before, and it was a really hard game. But he's also not brought... Because the whole point of Corpus is that it gets a smoke MLRS, a smoke rocket launcher, multiple rocket launcher, and so it just immediately smokes an area. So that's the whole point. That's literally the only reason to play it. To use that, because nobody else gets that. I think 17 Y's BM14 can shoot smoke now or something, but I haven't tested it. Somebody just told me, and I haven't checked. And so you would just smoke all this, and then it starts shooting you, and then you would run infantry in, right? Infantry with satchels and 3 flamethrowers and all that. But instead he's doing this. And like, so Dragon 2s will just eat these for breakfast. Whereas the ASU, it wouldn't one-shot it. And the T-55, obviously, it wouldn't one-shot it. The Meep, of course, will also eat these for breakfast. Like, they will do 1 damage per hit to the Meep, and half of them will miss. But you should buy a plane. Instead, he's trying to snipe it with a Pion. I guess, oh, the TOW-2 was there, I think, so... So yeah, just bring this out and start hitting. Okay. Huh, okay. I didn't know if that would turn in time. So, yeah, they're going to miss half their rounds, right? And this is not going to miss half its rounds, so it's going to one-shot all of that. As you can see, so that's where the smoke comes in. But you wouldn't be buying the PT-76s anyway, so... Yeah. I mean, what's the plan here? Just walk into him. Here's your elo, sir. He got the toe too. Here is your elo, sir. I mean, shouldn't he be buying a plane? I suppose the eagle would kill it, so he can't. And he didn't bring any. The only thing he can smoke with is the pion. So yeah. The thing is, right, he gets suppressed by all the misses and so on, and so its accuracy goes down a lot, as does its rate of fire. So you do have to withdraw it for that reason, because it'll just sit there and just miss. And so it strikes me as a... And, like, you would want to smoke this as well. Okay. Are you going to, like, yeah, pop the smoke on that, and then... Like, can he not shoot that from there? And you could use the eagles to strafe ground targets, something like this. The eagles just strafe it with both of them and it'll kill it, so yeah, you want to withdraw it and let the cohesion come back, and you can put a CV next to it to make it get its cohesion back faster. So it's reasonably quick at 1 vet. At no vet it takes like 7 minutes, so at 1 vet it's about 3, and at 2 vet it's 2, so there's diminishing returns. Wow. Presumably the second one will get it. Look at that turning circle. He's gonna get out. Oh, never mind. His Warno gold subscription expired. So, I'm holding off the PT-76s apparently, and I'm on a +2, because my opponent is even more of a vegetable than I am, despite both of these guys being in the top 50 on the ladder. So you see the thing, right? So it didn't really do any damage, but now it's just not going to hurt you. So, and if he didn't go back, so he's actually going to die now. I mean, that was entirely preventable. That was just like total moron mode. But and the other way you do it with the heavy tank is you don't expose yourself to the whole blob at once, right? Because let's say you just came out to. I mean, it's hard to show you in between the houses, but if you just poke out from the leftmost house, you would only reveal yourself to the left ones, right? Because the house would be in the way of the rest, but it snaps to the houses, so I can't really show you. And then only one of them could shoot you at once, and that's how you would beat them. So, like, I mean, this is sort of, yeah, like this one isn't shooting, for example, these aren't shooting, so you can sort of get what I'm on about. So, the ATAS needs to land right now. He's chosen death. And then, for whatever reason, he just really wants to kill that Strela and not the enemy planes, and no one deserves to win this game. That's my crying shame. That somebody will win this game. I'm not winning. You shouldn't be winning either. So, yeah, the Dragon 2 is obviously just going to destroy these. They don't have smoke, right? And so he just buys another Apache. Hello? The plane is still there. Obviously, his opponent isn't smart enough to notice that another Apache has shown up. Or maybe he just doesn't expect such impudence. What's the word? Chutzpah. Why, yes, I went to private school. I got a scholarship, though. I'm not rich, you could probably tell from my voice. There was an entrance exam, and I studied a year for it, and I got a scholarship, so... I can't take the credit for it. It was mainly my my older sibling and my parents forced me to study for it. I didn't really want to do it. So, blue is actually still winning, right? That guy, I think that CV has smoke, but why use that when you can, you know, huff paint or whatever? He still would have died, it would just take longer. And you see the issue with these MiGs, right? He doesn't have any stingers, because he really wanted 10 aero pivots instead of just 7 at 1 vet. And the vet doesn't even matter for these. Not as much, anyway. So, you see the issue? Wow! It made it, because of course it did. Um, yeah, so if something has, let's say, 5% accuracy, and Vet gives it plus 5% accuracy, well, you've just doubled its effective DPS, right? Because the accuracy is doubled. Do you see what I mean? And there are things which have 5% accuracy that... There you go, you got it. Those only have 8 HP, which is... And this does 6 damage, and it had lost 2 HP at least, and that's why it... Because it didn't look like that would kill that, right? So these 2 APs are actually decent against helos. So that's probably dead now. Oh man. Oh no, that's too funny. That's too funny. Did you see what happened there? So when a helicopter gets stunned, it just starts spinning round in circles, and it went forwards. So he had survived, and then it got stunned, and it was like, whoa! I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. And it. Oh man. So that used to be a lot worse. It used to be a lot worse. But they Balance Man actually fixed that problem 2 years ago. It's crazy. There are top players in the game now who don't know who I'm on about when I say Balance Man. I'm not actually allowed to say who it is, so yeah. There was a soft, non-binding agreement that I wouldn't talk about him anymore. So, but yeah, I was watching a video from Sneaky Black Guy the other day, and he's better than me. I'm not making that up. For some reason, he always throws in tournaments, but but he is better than me generally because he plays a lot more. But he only started playing like a couple of years ago. Um, and he was like, Darix, never seen him, never played against him. I just heard he was good, and it's like, what? What? I guess this must be what it feels like to be old, and it's like, I don't remember the Iraq War or whatever, so obviously that's a bit topical with what's happening now. But so he buys another Apache because he really wants to get hit by. I suppose he's got this up this time, and he knows there's no AA because nothing's shooting this. This technically can shoot at planes, but it just doesn't because it. Look at the range and the aim time. It's just not feasible really. Because what it is it's a Topaz 2, but it's got a funny turret on it that can aim up vertically. I don't know if you could hear any of that. It can aim up vertically. Right, so when you try and get them to land on not solid ground, sometimes they just completely fuck up. And they just don't land, like, ever. This time it did. Like, usually, it always makes it take longer, but sometimes it just doesn't land at all. So you have to be... Because, like, there is a slope here. You have to be careful. But yeah, it's rare to see people fight for this. It usually doesn't happen. And, like, so why... So Red gets all these tanks, and then he decides to attack the town. The 101st Airborne held town. Why didn't he just come over here? This is actually easy to take. So yes, it does, and like everybody, like that was obviously just like the dumbest idea ever. Just like no smoke, no arty at all. He doesn't bring any arty except smoke. Like there's no cover. It's just a big open field. They're all in houses. Just gonna shoot you on the hill. I'm starting to be sold on these Topaz 2As. Maybe they're a good idea. Like one card of them. Oh, not that one. The AP, whatever. The one with the 50 cal. But then if you buy those, you don't get your Nevsky Beretti out as fast as you'd like to. Because, yeah, it's mainly for the anti-infantry, KPVTs, I think... Well, I need to check this before I say it, but they do a lot of damage. I was going to say, I think they do more damage than autocannons, but I don't know if that's true. It probably isn't. Certainly against armoured targets it won't, but like, what's he doing? Okay, so there's loads of guys here. They killed all my guys. Okay, I'll keep going. Well, why? Why not attack here? Like, there's less people. You don't know that because you haven't tried yet. But well, this is screwed. Oh, actually, it's only got 2 long-range missiles. So if that misses, like, even if it hits, he won't be able to kill it because he won't be able to catch it. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Both players having a bit of a glue sniffing break now. Got to keep that IQ as low as possible. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's no. So what do you think's going to happen to this class quiz? What do you think's going to happen to this tank, which isn't protected by a fighter and doesn't have any anti-air around it? I'll show you his rank at the end, right? That's obviously not going to fucking kill that. And so Axis, noticing his mistake, oh, my tank is out here, it's exposed, decides to go forwards instead of backwards. And now in 9 seconds, his he's going to be able to buy another bomber, right? And presumably it's going to be the correct one this time. Any second now. Any second now. I'll show you his. I'll show you his. I mean, he calls himself 60 IQ, so maybe that's fair, right? He doesn't. It's not like he's there like, I'm a smart boy. But like, I mean, whenever you send a tank out unprotected, you have to expect that a plane is going to come kill it, right? And so you need the anti-air in position to revenge kill, which is, or if it's a cub, it can intercept, or an IHawk. But if it's a, chaparral or a stinger, it's going to revenge kill. Or you need a fighter up. Otherwise, the tank just shouldn't be there. But in his infinite wisdom, 60 IQ but 23 centimeters, which is one of the best names in Warno, by the way, decided to buy 2 helicopters instead of the plane that would have killed this when he had his own fighter up, and therefore it would have been a free kill. So now he got 2 helicopters, which are protected by some Strellas, and he buys... Like, I could have sworn he had the AT plane, because he had 2 of the cluster and 2 of the AT. Now, I think the clusters, like, they might be dead or something, but... Yeah. So, I mean, there's every chance that Blue's going to win this now, because... Like, what? No, he had it. He had it that whole time. And now that he knows the Eagle's up, because it just hit his MiG-21 bis HE, he's decided to buy it and send it out so the Eagle can hit it as well. So, that went about as well as you might expect. Axis knows there's vision here now, because, that was weird, right? So, yeah, I guess this must have seen it drive in, right? He knew roughly where it'd be. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Red just... Like, he's noticed there's not really anybody here. Blue has also started to notice this and is reinforcing it. But actually, he's just not. Like, literally, all he has to do is just grab all these and press Q over here. He would get it. He obviously needs a CV, which is coming. But he wants to attack the town against the 101st American Airborne Division. How well do you think that's going to go? I mean, if your opponent just sits there and eats a bunch of rockets without sending the unit back, then yeah, I guess it's going really well, but... It's like, all he has to do there is just go back a building, and then this won't be shooting him. As you can see, ground Strellas are very weak. So now he knows the fighter's down, he's brought out the bomber, right? That makes sense. You know the fighter's down, you just see it evac, now you send out the bomber. Smart. And he got a good kill out of that. Sadly, he's evacing the wrong way, and this Pivad's gonna really do a number on him. Whoa. For whatever reason, he made it out there because even though it was routed so he couldn't control it, it flew this way instead of just round in a circle. Usually it just round in a circle and then it would be exposed to this for longer. Anyway, it's very rare that you get to see an Apache actually do its thing. And you missed that as well because I was yapping. But as you can see, there's a whole field of PT-76s here. And this is what they were designed to do, right? Pop out over the hills, zap, 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 go back. Obviously the Soviets had countermeasures for that. Shilkas and so on. And yeah, like you know, like the Wargame Red Dragon's helicopters, frankly, the implementation was much better. So this can fire on the move, but actually it can't because the way these units work is they have a cone, and so you really wanted to kill that Strela instead of what the 150-point plane or the 150-point helo. He wanted to get the 25-point Strela. Well, congrats, mate, you did it. I would have preferred to receive 6 times the value, but well, that's just me. And so in Wargame, yeah. So basically, you've got your plane, or your tank, or your whatever, and it like this is it. This is the front, and it has like a cone of fire, right? I guess that's not showing up properly, but it has a cone of fire. So, but the problem is the way the helicopters control is that they go like this. And so you lose that cone of fire, and the missile whiffs, so it doesn't really fire on the move. In Wargame Red Dragon, it worked way better. All of them fired on the move, because all of them can in real life, right? Because the whole point is that one guy's the pilot, and the other guy is there steering the bloody ATGM, so... and you can actually, like, do drive-bys, and it'll fire off to the side, and it'll... It's kind of finicky. It's not easy to... It's not like the Broken Arrow ones, which are very nice to control, but also kind of broken, because they just beat AA. So yeah, helicopters in this game could be a lot better, frankly. I wish they didn't control like shit. So... Okay, so he is sending it back. Oh, this one's land. No, he's just chilling. Waiting to get shot. But yeah, like, what was... I'm trying to find reason in an unreasonable world, right? Do you know what I mean? I'm applying reason to an unreasonable game. All he had to do was attack here. There's nobody here. I'll just attack the enemy where he's strongest. And I won't bring any of the tools that make me win town fights. You know, the coffin launcher, namely, right? And the whip, the smoke thing. But mainly the coffin launcher in that case. I'll get in eventually. You deserve to be ridiculed. I just hope that... Like, I take no pleasure in this. Or maybe a little bit. But the point is, like, that pain, I want you to feel that pain. And then you will learn. Right? He's just done it again. I sure hope there's not an eagle up. Maybe he didn't see it this time, actually. But, you know... Blue gets back in through the vaunted... Oh, he's actually buying the smoke. I mean, obviously it's dead now. The smoke is here to save the dead man. But it was a nice idea. It was just the execution, obviously. If he'd done that before this guy got shot to shit, then it would have got a bit better. But hey, he's alive on 1 HP, so... His opponent doesn't have a CV here. But yeah, it was certainly, I mean... Because, like, you know, you feel that ridicule, right? You feel that the shame of embarrassment. Your face goes red. Like, how could this be happening? I'm actually good at the game. And then you learn. That pain teaches you. And the whip cracks out of love. So that was the next CV, and the way this map works is you buy 1 CV and you wait 4 minutes for it to show up, and then it dies. So he can't win now. Well, he couldn't anyway. Even if he capped this, what would happen? He'd be on a plus nothing. And then what? And so yeah, the whip cracks out of love. So don't take it the wrong way. Or actually, no, please do, because that will increase the pain, and then you'll learn more. Yeah, so I want to show you their ranks, because you won't believe it. You won't believe it. You'll be like, there's no way this guy is this highly ranked. So here's me, apparently, ranked 21. And here's my opponent, ranked 69. Right? How? How? Where was the rank 69 there? Where was the rank 21? Oh dear. And he plays that div a lot. I've played against him on that div. And it was a really close game. I'm going to go practice meditation and learn Zen-like techniques. Have a lovely day.